Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to this episode. I am MCEG, and as you've seen from the title of this video, I'm here to discuss whether or not Luka Doncic is a top 5 player in the league. So let's get the video started. Luka Doncic has been receiving a lot of attention lately, which is well deserved actually, considering that he is pretty much averaging a 30-point triple-double on nearly 50% shooting from the field and 33% from 3. Some people would even go as far as to say that he is the league's MVP right now, given the fact that he's led the Dallas Mavericks to a record of 16-6 and the second seed in the West. So on Instagram a couple of days ago, I saw this post that broke down superstars into 3 tiers. Tier 1 being best of the best, Tier 2 was rest of the best, and Tier 3 was general superstars. Now, Tier 1 had guys like LeBron and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Tier 2 had Anthony Davis, James Harden, Luka Doncic, and Kawhi Leonard. And Tier 3 was Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, and Paul George. Now, you all may be asking yourself the same thing. Is Luka Doncic really a better player than Paul George? Because honestly, I thought that to myself, and to get some clarification, I went down to the comment section to see what other guys were saying and how they felt about the fact that Doncic was above Paul George in this ranking. And some guy asked pretty much the exact same question. He asked, why is Luka Doncic better than Paul George? And a random guy answered and said, cause he's 20. So then I sat there asking myself, what age has anything to do when deciding whether player A is better than player B? Because the way I understand it, when you're talking about how young a player is, you're talking about their potential. Like, being 20 years old doesn't make you a better player than someone who's older. It just shows how much potential you have if you're already being compared to him at that young of an age. So, to bring this back to Luka, I don't think that he is a better player than Paul George, and I don't get why people would say he's a better player because he's 20. But I do think that he has the potential to legitimately be an all-time great. Now, don't get me wrong, right now Luka Doncic is having a better season than Paul George, but he isn't a better player in my books. And the NBA media is really pushing this 20-year-old narrative, saying that he's only 20 and all this stuff. And I completely understand that it's amazing to see a 20-year-old kid do these things, but that shouldn't make him better than a guy like Kyrie Irving, for example. And like I said before, when you bring age into the conversation, you can't use it as a legitimate argument for player A being better than player B, but rather just to show how good a player is considering their age. Because when you compare two players, it is irrelevant how old they are. If I were right now to compare Kyrie Irving with Steph Curry, then I would say Steph is the better player, but I wouldn't use Kyrie Irving's age as an excuse to say that, well, technically Kyrie Irving is a better player because he's 4 years younger. It just doesn't work like that. That's like saying Jaylen Brown is a better player than Jimmy Butler because Jaylen Brown is 23 and Jimmy Butler is 30. Like, that's not how it's supposed to go. LeBron James isn't one of the league's best players just because he's approaching 35. He's at the top because he's, generally speaking, a better player than most people, regardless of age. So, to make my point clear once more, Luka Doncic is having a top 5 season in the league right now, and he's in the conversation of being a top 5 player. Because, honestly, I have guys like Giannis, LeBron, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and then either AD or Paul George ahead of him. So to answer the question of, is Luka Doncic a top 5 player in the league? Not as of right now, but he is definitely having a top 5 season, considering the fact that he is in the MVP discussion. So anyways, that's it y'all. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe for more NBA content like this. Also, feel free to comment down below what your opinion is and what you'd like to hear me talk about next. This is MCG, peace out.